Michelle from Crafter's Countdown, and a lot of you know me as Jessica Kringle, both from Crafter's Countdown and from Jaffer by Jessica. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about bleaching. So there are some tools that you need to gather. You need a non-metal. I wouldn't use plastic either, so this is a glass bowl of some sort. A comb. This is only a couple of bucks, and it is totally worth it. You definitely want some gloves. The first thing I was told about was this prism light. I know that a lot of the Santas use a different product, the Trionics. You need the salon care developer of some sort. Waiting a week in between colorings, absolutely a must. The other thing is to super duper condition during those times. The little bit of investment for a really good quality shampoo, it's going to make a huge difference, and it just feels. Coconut oil was awesome. It was one of the best things. Left me looking a little bit greasy. This is a nourishing oil. This is a product that I absolutely love. It's called Scalp Massage Treatment. This is Split End Repair Capsules. This is a Botanical Expertise hair mask. All right, so let me show you how I applied this for me. Again, I'm not an esthetician. I've never been to beauty school. This is one Mrs. Claus's journey in trying to get her hair the way she wants it to look for her character. So I'm sharing with you what I did, what I learned in the process, and what not to do. All right, so the first thing you'll do is put this in there. This, on the back of it, it tells you like processing time, and it tells you to use the 20. It doesn't really say how much of the developer to add to this. I know that there's a Santa who tells you to put 2-to-1 ratio, I think is what he said to do. And when I did, it was just, for my hair at least, I couldn't get it to spread. It was too thick and dry, and it didn't stick. It kind of just fell off. So when I watched the Santa who helped me do it, he eyeballed it. He didn't measure at all because he's been doing it probably for so many years. And so in watching that, I'm not measuring either. I'm eyeballing, but it's going to be, again, thicker than those drugstore things that come in a box, but it's not going to be so powdery that it doesn't stick. So just like when you're mixing flour, you want to start very gently so that you don't splash powder everywhere, because that makes quite a big mess. That's another thing that this little brush is awesome for, is mixing this up. Didn't buy the brush the first time. And yeah, that's not enough. It's still too powdery. I would say, I don't know if you've ever made crepes or Swedish pancakes, but that's kind of the consistency that this reminds me of. The dough for the batter for that, once you're done with it. Again, it's just a little more powdery and a little bit thicker than what you're used to if you're used to dyeing your own hair. And this is definitely less expensive than paying a salon to do it, especially how many times you have to do it to keep it up. Okay, and it's still just a little bit more pasty than what works for spreading it really well. So I'm going to add just a wee bit more. I'll kind of show you that I'm adding that in there. Certainly if you go to beauty school, they probably teach you exactly how much of this stuff to put in here. I didn't do that. So it's about consistency. You'll notice if you watch any of my crafting videos, I'm an eyeballer also. So I eyeball things a lot. I do that in the kitchen as well. Gets me into trouble sometimes, and sometimes it's amazing. So now, one of the things, aside from this not smelling very nice after a bit, it gets kind of thick and foamy. So the more you're mixing it up, or the more time that it gets to sit together, it starts feeling thick again, even though it's not. So, at some point you got to stop stirring it and start putting it in. This says that if you have blonde or fine hair, you're going to use a 20 volume developer, which I used twice that much because my hair's so dark. and it says 30 to 40 minutes. And if you have brown and or resistant hair, then 40 to 50 minutes. So I'm going to have to leave this on about 40 minutes. And you'll see it turning as you go through here. Also, I also know that I'm kind of, I have really sensitive skin. It's one of the reasons that I like these products from this company, is that I'm allergic to so many things. And those products, I have yet to use a single one of their products that I'm allergic to. And this stuff stings. And it to me, it was a little bit painful. It had to be one of those, suffer to be beautiful kind of experiences. And so the second time I did it, I rinsed it out early because I couldn't handle it. It felt like 1,000 fire ants, which I've never been bitten by one, but it's how I imagine it feeling, is 1,000 fire ants biting your scalp all at once. It's kind of how this stuff feels to me. So, all right, let me just don't have much hair to comb. Doesn't get in knots anymore because it's so short now. And then the nice thing about this also is that if your hair is a little bit longer, you can use that to part it. So just start working that in. And part your hair over. And this also helped me make sure that I didn't miss any, because I could brush it over. So you dip that on there, divide it, and smear it on both sides. Well, I had fun when I wasn't very fond of the yellow, so at one point I went ahead and dyed my hair purple. And for an older woman, it's kind of fun having purple hair. I got a lot of compliments when I was in public. So okay, give me just a second. It's not a choice I would normally make, but the mirror is behind the camera, which is too far away for me to actually see very well what I'm doing. That's the last thing I need, is to not be able to see very well. So when I get too close, I will take these back off again. But I'm going to start here. Now, there's plenty of this stuff if you have short hair. The longer your hair, if you have really long hair or super thick hair, you may find yourself needing 2 packets of it to get through. I know that you saw my pictures the first time I did it. I probably would have used a second packet because I really do have a lot of hair. They weren't kidding when they said that. You want to make sure that you are protecting your floor. I'm obviously wearing a shirt that I don't care much about, and also a shirt that I can get this shirt over my head without touching my head. I know that when I dye my hair, I use sometimes a button-up shirt or, that I don't care about, so that I can just take it off and not get any of this goo on it when I'm done. going to go ahead and run to the bathroom and just make sure I didn't miss any spots with the little last bit that I have, and then I'll come back and talk to you again. Give me just a minute. Okay, I have this all in, and you want to look at the timer. I went ahead and made sure that I massaged this really well and made sure that I pulled through, didn't miss any. You can see that my hair is turning a little bit lighter already. The other thing is that you want to make sure that you're working kind of quickly, and I think that was part of the reason that my hair broke off was because it was taking them a little while to get it in there. And if you're only supposed to leave it in about 40 to 50 minutes and it takes you half an hour to put it on there, then wherever you started is having this stuff left on your head for a lot longer than the instructions say is okay. The other thing to keep in mind is that some products say to put a plastic bag or wrap it in saran wrap or something, and other products do not. You want to make sure that you follow those instructions. It is warm. I can feel it warm already. It's also burning my head already. I can feel little prickly points touching me in my skin under here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to leave it alone, and I will wait the 40 minutes, rinse my hair off, and come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, thanks. Okay, ladies, I took one for the team here because, man, that stuff burns my scalp, I'm telling you. Now, a couple of things that I didn't throw in there was when I originally did this, and right now it's summertime, but when I did this in November, I bleached my eyebrows also so that I didn't have dark eyebrows with what was supposed to be white hair. One of my friends advised, she said, oh, don't over bleach them because, you'll lose facial expression when you do that. And I didn't really know what she meant until I did a little bit too much. And then I was like, oh, okay, I see what she means. So you do express yourself a lot with your eyebrows. If you're going to lighten them, I would highly suggest that you don't do the 40-minute thing. I would maybe save a little bit and just do about 15 minutes each. Make very, very sure that you do not get that into your eyes. It would be a very dangerous thing. Of course, they recommend that you don't do it at all because you don't want it in your eyes. So if you do make that decision, make sure that you're very, very careful with that choice. The other thing is that this is the generic version of a product that is a shampoo and conditioner for Clairol Shimmering Lights shampoo and conditioner. So what's kind of cool about these is that they are purple. It's a purple shampoo. Like if you splatter it on the walls of your white shower, you're going to get some purple on the wall. It doesn't stain, but you're going to get it up there. So this, you can see my hair is very yellow-orange. I told you it would do that the first time. I'd have to do it 3 or 4 more times to try and get it to the lightest yellow that I can possibly get. It's this Irish red in my normal hair. It just doesn't take to the bleaching very well. So this purpley shampoo does a really good job of helping to tone your hair just a little bit. I know that the gentlemen use it in their beards. The challenge with it is that if you leave it on for a long time, like it says, oh, let it soak in for, 2 minutes, or, usually I'll wash my hair, then put conditioner in and then wash my body while the conditioner soaks. If you leave this stuff on too long, you will end up with a slight blue tinge to your hair. I know that some of the gentlemen said that after they used these, then they would put a little bit of Dawn dish soap to wash the purple off of their beard afterward. I think it's better to just not leave it in for very long. I also saw, after I did it myself, that another gentleman had said that he wasn't very fond of these products as a shampoo and conditioner. I'm not either. I don't like the way that my hair really felt after using them. And so I mixed half and half. I took my regular shampoo that I love to use all the time and put a little squirt of that in my hair and then put a little squirt of this in my hair, rubbed them together and used it together. And it still wasn't as great as, of course, a high quality shampoo is all by itself. but you're trying to accomplish a couple of things, clean, condition, and get this orangey color out, this is a big help to use half and half if you have a favorite shampoo and you just don't care for how this makes your hair feel afterwards. All right, so my hair is still damp. I know it looks a little bit darker when it's damp, so let me go get this dry, and then I will come back and say goodbye to you, show you how it looks when it's done, at least for a first bleaching. And again, it'll take, just like the gentlemen in their beards, it takes several times. I need to wait a week. I need to super condition with those products I showed you before while I wait this week out, and then try it a couple more times and see if I can't get it lighter without breaking it off. All right, let me go see if I can get this dry and wash the shampoo off my hand. Okay, well, there we go. It's dry. You can see it's all dry. One of the things to kind of keep in mind if you're going to go ahead and do this, and again, I know that I would need to do this 2 or 3 more times in order to get even close to a whiter white than the kind of orangish yellow that I've got going on here. I started in the front this time and worked my way this way, and if you look at my roots really close here, I mean, the roots are almost white where I first put the stuff on. In the back, you can see that it's considerably darker. So the next time I will start in the back and work my way this way so that that evens that out just a little bit. Because, you know, it was on my hair longer here because this is where I started. When I started my timer, I started it when I was finished applying to the whole hair, not just where I had begun. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them below, and we will be sharing some other tips here at North Pole Education, and we'll be getting some other teachers and instructors showing what they do best for tutorials. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can watch all of these things for free instead of having to pay for schools. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Bye.